if you feel like you need to change your life, this is what you need to be doing. Look, a lot of y'all got bad friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start there. Y'all got bad friends who are holding y'all back from where y'all need to be at. It's very important to keep a good circle, to keep a tight circle. That's why you see successful people, they really got a small circle most of the time. They might know this person here and there. They might know that person. They might be cool with them, but they're not in their tight circle. They're not constantly hanging with bad people. They're hanging with people who are constantly uplifting them. So, because think about it like this: if you're trying to grind, get your goals, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to get to your goals, and you're trying to improve, and then you got people who are doing things around you that are trying to bring you down. For example, you in high school, let's say people always talking about hopping on the game. They talking about hopping on the game. They talking about let's go to this party. They talking about all these distractions from where you need to be at. You know what I'm saying? You already you clicked this video, so you trying to get better at something. So you know what you need to get better at, then you need to go at it. You know what I'm saying? You need to X out all distractions like ruthlessly. Like you cannot be dividing your time from your distractions. You need to put it into where you're trying to go. I'm not saying that you can't have a life. I'm not saying that you got to be 100%. You know what I'm saying? Just consistent or every single second of the day you just improving. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't operate like that. You can't operate like that. You're gonna get burnt out. You're gonna get burnt out doing that. If you're trying to do every second of the day, you're forcing yourself to do this and do this. There's only so many days of that you can do in a row. Whether you got good discipline or not, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get to a point where you just mentally way too stressed. You like, damn, like it. You know what I'm saying? And you start folding, and then you take a way longer break than if you were just every single day. You know what I'm saying? I slip in an hour of leisure here. I slip in the game at the end of my day after I did everything. You know what I mean? If you're playing the game after you did everything that you need to do. If you go hang with friends on the weekends after you did everything you need to do. You see what I'm saying? If you do it like that, or let's say you even got a busy day, right? Let's say you got school, then you got practice, like me. You know what I'm saying? If you got school and then you got to go to practice, and you don't got a lot of time in your day, right? So you get done with school, and then you instantly got to go to practice. Them lunch periods, them homeroom periods, that's the time where you chilling. You know what I'm saying? That's why they got transitions, because schools even know this. You need to have or the long transitions, because schools even know this. You gotta take some time away. That's why they give you a homeroom. That's why they give you more time than you need to actually just eat at lunch. Because you can't keep working, and you're not gonna be productive. And then you go to practice, right? And then you get done with practice. This is your time where, all right, let's say I got to do this. If you really ambitious and you in high school and you really trying to go somewhere and you trying to build something while you still young, you still in high school, then this would be the time where if you still got stuff to do, right? All right, I got to knock out these homeworks, or I got to knock out these homeworks. And then I gotta go make a video. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. Whatever it is that you need to do, you knock that out. But in between, let's say you just get home from practice, you go shower, you shower, you know what I'm saying? You play the music you like while you in the shower. You watch one episode, one to two episodes of something. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of de-wind a little bit. Maybe not two. You know, you watch like one little episode and then you right back to it. That's gonna keep your discipline. That's gonna keep you a lot more consistent. That's gonna keep you on track to stay to your goals. You know what I mean? So you gotta be doing that. You gotta be doing that. And then also, y'all can't be comparing yourself to people. If you feel like you not where you want in life, and you looking at other people like, dang, I wish I had, or I gotta get like them. That's the wrong mindset. It's the wrong mindset. You can't be looking at people and then placing yourself below them. right? You your own person. You got your own life to live. You should only compare yourself with yourself, because at the end of the day, you don't even know these whole people life. You look on Instagram. That's one thing about social media too. One thing about social media is that's all the social media. That's the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just putting out there what looks good, because that's the whole point. You want to look good on social media, but you don't even know this person. You don't. They could be dealing with a whole bunch behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? They could be unhappy with their life behind the scenes. You don't know these people. So why are you comparing yourself as if you know them? You know what I'm saying? Even if it's something materialistic, like, oh, they got this, I don't got that. Okay, but what you should do instead of doing that, you should see, all right, I don't have this, but you want it. So you should be working to get it. That should fuel you. That should be fuel to y'all. I don't get how people gonna sit here and hate on people who got more than them. It don't make sense. Because one, the people who got more than you, they're not gonna care. You're not getting through to them, because at the end of the day, they got more than you. You know what I'm saying? They doing better in life than you. So all that hating, right? If you a hateful person, if you gonna sit here and hate on somebody for doing more than you, that's you, bro. You're not gonna get nowhere. But it also, back to the comparisons, you can't sit here and compare yourself either, because you got to actively put that should be like a fuel. That should be like, oh, I see that he can do it, I can do it too. I'm human. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to do that. Why wouldn't I be able to do it? I just saw him do it. He just got that he just got that new Ferrari, you know what I'm saying? Why can't I do it? That should be fuel. It shouldn't be about I'm here and they're there. No, it should be I'm here, they got this, you know, but I want to get there. If you're gonna make a comparison, that's how it should be. It should be like, dang, that's dope that he there. You know what I'm saying? That's dope that he was able to go on, or this person was able to go on that trip to wherever. And now I want to work even harder. That's how y'all mindset should be. You know what I'm saying? But if you still young in high school, you still got time. You know what I'm saying? You still got a good amount of time before you really need to be worrying about that. But it could be comparisons to anything. It could be like, let's say you play football. You like, dang, he nice. Or there's someone starting over you. Oh, he nice. You know, I gotta get like that. You shouldn't be. You should be like, yeah. Now I really gotta work on my skills, because I'm not starting no more. He got my position, so now I really gotta work on my skills. Or it should be. But at the end of the day, you competing with yourself is what I'm trying to get to y'all. You competing with yourself. So really, anytime, no matter how good you doing, how bad you doing, you're always working forward, because you just competing with yourself. You're competing with the last version of you that you were yesterday. That's what you got to do. You do that, you cannot. It's very hard to be unhappy in life when you're steadily improving. I'm telling y'all don't want to trust me. For 30 days, whatever you need to do, you know what you need to do. Yeah, all right. If that's making content, if that's making money in some type of way, if that's power washing people's driveways and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to make money. If it's I gotta get caught up in this class. Whatever you need to do, cut out your distractions and focus towards what you need to do. Focus towards what you need to do, because at the end, and stop getting distracted by people, because all that stuff that they're gonna try to bring you into, a lot of these people aren't going to be where you're trying to be at. They ain't clicking video. You know what I'm saying? They're not even clicking videos to try to get better on this stuff. They're not trying to put any effort into getting better on this stuff. A lot of people, right, in high school, they just trying to have fun, and then next thing you know, they out of high school. All they do is just, they still the same person. They just on a decline. You know what I'm saying? They over here lame. You know what I'm saying? Can't afford anything, bro. That's not where I want to be at. So I'm gonna stick to my goals. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all, man, once you live like that, like life gets good. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, you can take your little break. You know what I'm saying? You a human, at the end of the day, you're gonna need a break. I'm not saying every single day you gotta just drill working or be consistent for a whole, you know what I'm saying, 8 years. Yeah, my phone just caught up. But what I'm saying is that you don't gotta be back to back to back to back, right? If you go hard, you going hard for you staying consistent, right? For a good amount of time, like let's say 2 months, you staying consistent, you gonna get tired, bro. If you going hard for even like let's say a month and a half, you've been consistent. You gonna start to get tired at some point in time. Whoever it depends on the person, but you gonna start to get tired, and that's cool. But the thing is, if you getting tired, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to take a whole 3 months off. You take a short amount of time off, and you just work on yourself from there. You know what I mean? Like you take like 3 days off and then you back on it, But that's where discipline comes from. It's not even about the slipping. If you slip, everybody slip. Everybody gonna slip. You can't be perfect. It's not human. So everybody's gonna slip. So, but when you do slip, you got to get back quicker. That's what separates people from, you know what I'm saying, from the people who win and the people who don't. They just get back quicker. That's why they always improving at a faster rate, because they improve. They stay hard at it, and then when they slip, it's only like a 2-day slip. 2-day slip, they back on it. Instead of the other person, they gonna improve. Go off of motivation. They gonna be working. You know what I'm saying? Not give any time for leisure, and then they gonna burn out, and then they gonna take a whole 3 months off. You're not gonna build nothing like that. That's why I'm saying you gotta be smart with it. You gotta work towards your goals, but you gotta be smart with it. That's pretty much gonna wrap up the video, though. I just wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Definitely boost this so other people can see it too. But yeah, we out.